Now this one, she ain't no beauty. She ain't no beauty, but she works good. Hey y'all, Mark from Overlook Valley Homestead. Today I'm going to show you our outside wood boiling heater. This is how we choose to heat our house. We have electric central heat and air in our home, but we choose to use this. Today I'm doing a just a trial run. It's not that cold. It's a cooler day, so I figured it'd be a good day to do it. This is our second outdoor heater. We first had a Hardy heater, H4 or H5, I can't remember, Hardy heater. It's one of the big ones. Had a really big firebox. It'd last 12-16 hours when you filled it up, but it would hold about almost a half a rick of wood at a time. So definitely go through some wood with these outside heaters. Now this one, she ain't no beauty, but she works good, and she's built out of steel, so if it springs a leak or anything, I can weld that up. Where the stainless is you'd be quite a good welder to weld stainless, and I don't have a lot of history welding stainless, so I'm not that great at it. I can stick it and make it stick, but as far as watertight welding, no, I can't do that with stainless. So anyways, y'all come on, I'm gonna show you a little bit about the heater and tell you how it works, how it goes into our house and works and stuff. And you know, there's some of you that's probably got these and knows about them, but there are people out there like me when I first started that had heard of outdoor wood boilers but don't know anything about them, don't know where to start or how to do it. So what I did, I got a really good deal on my first wood boiler, and it needed a lot of work, and I fixed it, the Hardy that I had, and got it going. And we thought we'd try it, see how it worked, you know, and it seemed to work very good for us. It helped cut down on our heat cost. Of course, it made a lot more work for me having to cut wood in the winter and cut and bust and stack wood. So I still got a little bit here from last winter on both sides, and I've got tons of it out there that's got to be cut and busted and stacked right now. So anyways, here's this heater. I don't know if it has a name or not. I bought this heater used from somebody. Like I say, it's not pretty. It needed some things when I bought it, but I got it for a decent price. So because it was steel, I elected to go ahead and get it, because it was better to buy a used one that I could afford and something that I could work on than it was to just go without and not have one. So here she is, and it seems to do a pretty good job. So I'll turn you around here and I'll show you a little more about the heater. So here's the inside of the heater, and I was just cleaning the ashes out. Use this little bucket here to clean them out. And it's a little shovel. There's some fire bricks in there that the grate here sets on and holds the wood up so that we can shovel the ashes out while the fire is burning. Pretty good sized firebox there. The grate, can't say so much for it. It's been in here a couple of years, but it's about went as far as it can go. Maybe we can get a little bit more use out of it this year, but looks like I'm gonna have to make a new grate for it. So alright, I just thought I'd let you see the inside. I'm gonna get this cleaned back up and put back together, and I'll show you a little more about it. Okay, I got it cleaned up and got the grate kind of straightened back out and put back in. So gotta do a little work on my door. It's got concrete in the door that helps as a heat barrier, so I gotta fix that, but it's not a real big deal out here. But I just wanted to show you that I got, this is a 5-gallon bucket, and I got from last year there was one and what you say almost half, or a little over half, I'd say, buckets of ashes still in there from last year. So we'll get that cleaned out, and we're gonna do a test fire today. I got some wood here, it's pretty dry, it was in it from last year. I'm gonna fire it up and just make sure everything is working like it's supposed to, and just give it a good trial run here. And just to kind of show you how I go about building a fire, I got these sticks here. They're just cut offs, and just junk wood, really. They're real small, you know, and that I get from a friend of mine. And what we're gonna do is, if you see, I had a little hay laying out here on the ground. Actually, it's just grass that comes from the lawnmower. Some of these old sticks, it's kill dried, so it'll burn real good. I'm just gonna kind of TP it up here, and we'll get us a fire started in here, and then we'll throw some wood in it and see if everything's gonna work all right this year. So, y'all. Okay, I don't know how much of this you can see or not, but I like to use my propane torch to start the fire with. Seems to work a little better, so let's see what happens. Sometimes it gets pretty smoky doing this, but once you get it started, it'll burn. And you put bigger wood in it, it'll take off. It just seems to be the easiest way for me to do it. Is use this torch that helps the wood get hotter a little quicker. And you don't have to do this every day. You start this fire and you just keep wood continuously fed to it, and the fire is always there. It never goes out. So as long as you keep the wood in it. If you don't keep wood in it, it will go out and you have to start all over. So, and sometimes it's hard to, you know. This particular heater will burn about 8 hours. According to the wood. Sometimes it won't get quite 8 hours, and sometimes it'll get 10 or 12 hours, just according to what wood you got burning in it. So, you know, you just have to keep a good check on it. All right, we got a fire started. So. Okay, this heater has about a 24 by 24 firebox inside of it. There's a switch located on the front right here, which I got to cover off. I need to put it back on because I was wiring up a knee motor in there. The switch cuts on and off a blower motor down here. It's a squirrel cage blower motor that's underneath here. And there's also this little solenoid right here that opens and shuts this damper door to let the heater draw fresh air in so that it can burn. It actually blows on a fire and helps the fire to burn a lot hotter. Come around the back here, you know, have to excuse my mess because I've been doing work around here, but I didn't clean up all my mess. Okay, on the back side of the heater, we have a big mess back here. You see that? Okay. We have two pumps that pump the water and make it circulate. I have inside my shop here, I have a heater. Inside my music building here, I have a heater. Inside the house, we have a heater. And it all works off these pumps. This pump on this side, it controls the shop and the music building because they're both right here, and the water can circulate through both rooms and back to the heater pretty fast. So that's why there's two on that one. This one goes to our house. It circulates down through the ground, as you see down there, and it's PEX tubing. Like you see that little piece of red PEX tubing. And what it does is it takes the hot water out of this heater and it sends it all the way across there to about where you see the electric pole. It goes underneath the house and up into our central heat and air unit, where there is a a radiator type thing, which is called a water to air heater. And what it does, it's in our vent work, and the existing fan on our electric central heat blows air through this radiator type thing, and it blows the hot off the fins and warms our house. Okay, after the water does that, it goes into another thing that's called a water to water heater. And what it does is goes by our hot water heater and heats the cold water before it goes into our hot water heater, so that when our water goes into the hot water heater, it's already warm, so their hot water heater doesn't have to work very hard. Okay, after it does all that, it comes back across underground. It's about 4 foot in the ground. It comes all the way back over here to the heater, comes back up out of the ground, and the colder water, because it's already made the trip and come back, it is deposited back into the bottom of the heater. And that's because there's so much hot water in the heat. The heat rises and it will warm and come back up here to the top of the heater before it comes back out and makes its trip again. All that is controlled. Well, I have these pumps set up to where they continuously run. Some people set them up on a continuous run. Some people set them up to turn on and off as the heat cuts on and off. I choose not to do that because I like the water to stay moving underground, because I don't want the pipes to freeze, which they shouldn't, but that's just my choice. This right here is a temperature sensor. It reads the temperature of the water. What it is right now is 64-degree water inside this heater. 185 degrees is where I have it set. So until this heater gets to 185 degrees, the fan around front will stay on, and it will heat. It will build a hot flame until it hits that 185. And when it does hit 185, this will shut the fan and stuff on the front off, which will smother down the fire and just kind of let it sit there like how coals do on a campfire, and until it's needed again. And then when the temperature drops 5 degrees, it will reapply the fan on the front, which will start the fire up and make it burn hotter again. And that's a continuous thing that goes on 24/7 with a heater. Anyways, it's starting to rain on me a little bit, so I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you a little bit more about how the heater works on the inside of the house. I thought I'd come in here and show you. It comes across the yard there, and it goes underneath the house, and we'll go in the back door here. Okay, this is our central heat unit, and this is, I put this in the wall. It is a temperature sensor. It tells me how hot the water is that's coming in from the heater. If I pull this panel off, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, but there's the PEX tubing coming in, and there's a sensor taped on it right there. So I can know how hot my water is in here without having to go all the way back out to the heater to check. So that's pretty handy. So I just thought I'd show you that part too. So it takes a little bit of time for the water to start heating up, but I just built the fire, so it shouldn't take too very long. A couple hours, it should be up to temperature. If this is something that you're interested in and you have questions about it, feel free to ask me, because I've done a lot of studying on it, and I know quite a bit about it. So I'm not a professional by any means, but as you see, I started a small fire in here just as a test run. So. But if there's anything I can do to help you with your project, I'll be more than glad to do it. So thank y'all for coming by and visiting us at the Overlook Valley Homestead, and y'all come back and see us now. You hear?